As part of the annual health check process, the Healthcare Commission looks at accessible and responsive care. The following digital arts project invited some homeless men to engage in recording their experience of healthcare services for the homeless. In line with core standards, the project explored the issues of dignity and respect and the accessibility of information, referring to the standards of equal access, engagement and providing good quality care in the best places.
So Les, tell us what the things you've been filming and trying to show in here this morning.
Show what is my week to go by, what I do through my week in here. So in been taking some photographs of what I've just been sitting stills and getting bored. That is it. You just is that about 8 people smoke in this building where we stay. 4 people smoke, 1 don't, and under me 1 don't smoke, and everybody don't even empty the ashtray. In the night time when they finish smoking, they just leave it. And when you come in the morning, you're breathing about 20 tons of cyanide in your lungs.
So how much time do you spend in your room? What's your routine for the day?
I spend less in my room, and that is like making yourself get ill, man, if you stay in your room all the time.
Yeah.
And you're trying to be by yourself, you should try and mix with people. You know, get up to like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and then you go to bed very late, and then waking up. These were being washed last night. The sheet for this was in the wash. I washed it last night, just need to finish.
One of the things Les mentioned was that finding open spaces just to do something in.
No, just keep you active, keep your mind sharp, and you have to think. Just keep you active, and you have to think.
So is this good for your health?
I think our health services are a bit of a different paths, you know. And you don't know where you're going, or you're shoved from pillar to post to a certain extent with form filling. You know, they've always got to. Form filling basically is to try and sort out which box you go in. And in my situation, it can be more of an hindrance than anything else. Unless you go to the actual doctor who is actually dealing with that particular issue, i.e. either drug use or mental health, they don't tend to look at you as they know what they're dealing with. Whereas in a general view, say if you ended up in hospital, either with a drug overdose or with a mental health problem, they just don't understand what's going on. So rather than approach you, they keep you at an arm's length, which is like alienating you in some respect, because they just don't know how to deal with the situation, you know. From my point of view, a mental health point of view, when my mood swing is going up and down, I just have no control over it. You know, I can't, if I'm feeling depressed, I can't think to myself, oh, I'll go and visit a friend to try and pull myself out of it. I went up to the doctors and asked for a prescription, for a sick note, and the doctor just simply turned round and said, you know, what do you want a sick note for if you're going to kill yourself? You know. I just couldn't answer, you know, so I just turned around and said, well, if you don't want to give me one, don't give me one. You know, there's no answer to that one, is there? Well, not in my situation anyway.
This is a 1-bed flat. I have to buy my own food, cook my own food, pay for my own electricity, pay for my own gas, my water rates, council tax, everything. I don't really think more than a day at a time, to say the truth. I can't afford to. Because I found in the past that if I plan a week ahead or like something a month ahead, something always goes wrong, something happens that these plans can't go ahead, and because I'm such a worrier, I'm not one of these. I just stick my head in the sand and just hope, you know, that the other person, the other party that I've arranged with forgets themselves, or if they come knocking at the door, you know what I mean, I ignore the door and stuff like that, because I don't want confrontation or anything like that. and that's part of the reason why I'm on some of my medication. I've experienced the homeless side of things, where I've lost my family, I've lost everything. There was a stage about 5 weeks ago where I went 9 days without eating because I had no money, no nothing, and on the 9th day I went to my doctor's and he looked at me and I was grey, totally grey to look at. He said I looked like a dead man walking. I was suffering from dehydration, malnutrition, everything. I could barely walk, and he had to actually give me a lift home, take me to the chemist and bring me home. And he gave me a prescription of these build-up drinks, and he got me a load of orange juice and stuff like that, and just told me to keep on drinking loads of orange juice to get my body rehydrated. And he did want to actually put me in hospital and have me put on a drip, but I said no, or I didn't want to go in hospital. I was too scared of me flat getting verbal.
Well, I have to go and pick my methadone up every day, otherwise I'll be badly. It's a substitute for heroin, because I got addicted to heroin while I was on the streets. Well, I walked in, asked her, and she brought it to me, and then she has to watch me drink it because I used to overdose on my medication, so I have to be watched physically taking it and then give the bottle back. It sort of holds me to one spot. I'm tied down to always having to be near this chemist. I can't really move around, and like going back to Barnsley is quite an issue as well. See my daughter having to come back every day to come and pick my prescription up at this chemist.
Right, Jim, we're at the Bridge Street project now, where students got an appointment at 3 o'clock.
Just take us through everything they do then. What do they do?
There's the gym with the sauna, and when you're down there they'll give you free fruit and food to make you bulk up, and acupuncture, loads and loads of counselling, free condoms, a needle exchange, just so that you're used safely injecting and using safe sex. Come for my prescription, but I'm also wanting to see the doctor because I'm asking for him to up my prescription. It's just not holding me anymore. I still feel poorly after I've taken it. I'd like to have your job actually.
Would you?
I really would love to be a drugs counsellor.
What makes a good counsellor then?
I don't know, one that sort of knows the line between helping you and not helping you, because there's some that let you get away with too much and there's some that don't let you get away with anything. You've got to find a balance between the two.
Assessor, that's what we're assessing there, is the dignity and care that that individual gets in terms of their treatment, and how involved have they been in terms of their care planning.
It shows that you can take control of your life, and you don't always have to be in the background, in the gutter, like I was for a long time.
Let's just hope in the future that it does help people a bit more in depth, with an understanding from the health service point of view.